Think meditation is hard? Do me a favor. Take a slow, deep breath in. And now breathe out. Congratulations. You just meditated. Hi, I'm Krystal Jakosky, and this is Breathe In, Breathe Out, a weekly mindfulness and meditation podcast for anyone ready to own their own shit and find a little peace while doing it. Hello, welcome to Breathe In, Breathe Out. I'm Krystal Jakosky, and last week we interviewed Kevin Pennell, and we talked a lot about past life regression and how beneficial it can be, and how it doesn't have to be something that's scary as long as you find somebody who you trust to help you through it. And he does it through hypnotherapy, and we thought it would be great to take you on a hypnotherapy journey, and Kevin is going to guide us on that this week. So just a little bit again about Kevin. He was on a previous episode of Breathe In, Breathe Out, and we talked about his journey with the indigenous people of North America in the early 90s. He's a Reiki master, an herbalist, a massage therapist, and a teacher. He's also a writer and a podcaster with experience in broadcasting and journalism, a man of many talents and so many topics that the two of us could cover together. And yet this week is one where you get to sit back, breathe, and enjoy. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Welcome back to Breathe In, Breathe Out. I'm Krystal Jakosky, your host, and I have Kevin Pennell with me again today. So hi.
Hi. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, I am too. So last week we talked about past life regression and hypnotherapy, guided meditation, and how they come about or how they work together for past life regression. So this week, Kevin has graciously accepted and is willing to take us through one. So what I would like to say to anyone listening is, number one, do not do this while you're driving or on public transit or anything else. I really want you to find a comfortable space where you can relax, lay down, let go, and be undisturbed. This is a gift to yourself. So please ensure that you are in that sacred, safe, relaxing space where you can accept and shift whatever comes up for you. Number one. Number two, if you're doing it with a friend, Kevin and I talked, don't touch, because this is your experience, not their experience. And sometimes if you are touching, you can kind of end up in each other's past. And you don't want that. You want to make sure that you are clear and just dealing with your own stuff, because we know we have enough stuff to deal with. So nice, calm space. Hopefully you haven't had much sugar or caffeine to knock you off, and you're able to relax comfortably, safely in this space. I am going to go through this with Kevin, meaning that I'm going to listen. I'm going to experience it. And in the past, I've been able to experience a few other modalities, and there has been stuff shifted and overwhelming and experienced. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this one. And I look forward to your responses in what you experience as well. And I'm going to stop talking and just hand it over to Kevin.
Okay. And something else that I want to add in, if during the course of this little guided meditation that we're doing, if you, the listener, get uncomfortable at any point, go back to the place that you felt the most comfortable while we were beginning the process and getting you acclimated to this realm. If you have never done anything like this before and you have some kind of an experience, I would certainly encourage you to contact Krystal or contact myself, and I will help you to the best of my ability. Because that's what this is all about. It's not just, oh boy, we're going to do this because it's something I've never done before, and that could be a good motivator. But I will tell you something else, and that is that while we're doing this, don't be surprised of anything that might come down the path at you. Now, if we were doing this one-on-one, I explained this to Krystal earlier. If we were doing this one-on-one, I'd be able to be communicating with you as an individual, and I would call out your name, Jane, Bill, Charlie, whatever. And I would say, so tell me what you see. See, I'm not going to be there to be able to ask you those questions. So it's just going to be a matter of going with the flow. And I'm going to be giving you a little, I'm going to say a post-hypnotic suggestion that you'll have recall of every detail of this session, every detail. And what I would encourage you to do by past experience, I would tell you that as soon as you get done with this, have a pad of paper nearby and write down the high points. And that's the easiest thing I can do. If you have a mind and if you really want to try something, you could even maybe record it yourself as far as what your responses are. But, I think if you just have a pad of paper nearby, that'll be adequate enough for you. So if you find yourself flying, if you find yourself standing in the middle of a stream someplace, if you see a three-headed bear, if you see whatever you might see, anything is possible. But remember that you're safe with where you are. So that's the most important thing to remember. You are safe with where you are. And that's what Krystal was saying too. You need to find a place that is very comfortable. I would strongly recommend that you put your feet up so that you're level. Reclining chairs work really well. If you want to lay down in your bed, lay down in your bed. If you want to lay down on the floor, lay down on your floor. I would also say that if you're trying to do this and you have pets, I would either close them out or close yourself out because pets get very curious about stuff like this because they sense it. Believe me, they sense it. They know what's going on and they're attracted to the energy that's flowing. So we're going to give this a whirl. So anything that you want to share, Krystal?
No, I just really want to reiterate, allow what's there. Be here with an open heart and open mind, and don't try to guide it. Accept what's coming so that you can learn from it and explore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how long is this going to take? We also talked about this, that typically when I do a group past life regression, which is basically what this is going to be because it's a podcast, they take, anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, tops. And honestly, if I've done one-on-one sessions with people, I have done them, believe it or not, for as long as 2 hours and 15 minutes. And 2 hours and 15 minutes seems like 5 minutes, even from a therapeutic standpoint, from the therapist standpoint, because it just is unbelievable what can take place. So, last call, Krystal. You good?
I'm excited. I am getting
Okay.
comfortable. I'm down.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. So, let's begin. First thing that I want you to do is I want you to begin by breathing. I want you to take some nice, deep, cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Sense the breath in your body. Feel it entering your body. See it into your body. Sense it going all the way down to your toes. And as you exhale it all the way out. Not just your mouth, but right through the crown of your head, out to the universe around you. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And with every breath that you take, you're finding yourself relaxing. You find yourself sinking into wherever you might be, whether you're lying down, whether you're seated in a chair someplace. With every breath that you take, you're feeling more relaxed and you're able to let go that much more. Every breath that you take. Now, as you're breathing, in through your nose and out through your mouth. The cool thing is you might begin to feel a little bit lighter. You're not as weighted as you were before. You're just feeling lighter. Each time you take a breath, you're relaxing more, and your essence is feeling lighter around you. Now, we're going to take it to another level. I want you to begin by thinking about your feet. Nothing else matters right now. I don't want you to think of anything else, just your feet. I want you to think of every aspect of your feet. I want you to think about your toes. I want you to think about the underside of your feet, the top of your feet, the ankle, the veins, the tendons, the ligaments, all the muscle tissues. Nothing else matters right now but your feet. And when I ask you to, I want you to tense up your feet as much as you possibly can. And what we're going to do together is I'm going to have you tense those up, and I'm going to tense them up while I'm counting 5 to 5. And then I'll let you release it. So let's begin with your feet. I want you to focus just on your feet. And when you're ready, tense up your feet now. Tense them up as much as you can. Tense them up, tense them up, tense them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax and let them go. You can even wiggle your toes if you want to, but relax. Relax your feet. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about your lower legs. I want you to think about your calves, your shins, everything from the ankle to the knee. Think about the backs of your legs, the fronts of your legs. Think again of all the veins that are in there. Think about the lymphatic system. Think about all the muscle tissue. Think about all the ligaments and tendons, the skin, the areas beneath the skin, all the areas around the lower leg. Nothing else matters, just like before. I don't want you to think about your feet because they don't matter right now. They're relaxed. I want you to think just about your calves. Don't think about your head, your arms, and how this is going and what this is going on. I want you to think about just your calves. And if you're ready, take a breath, let it out, and tighten up your lower legs, your calves. Just tighten them right up as much as you possibly can. Tighten them up, tighten them up, tighten them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Let them go. And take a breath. Next area to think about is your upper legs. Think about the area from your knee to your hips, the base of your hips. You're going right into there where your hip joint is. So from the knee, all along those bones, all along the bones that make up your lower leg, think about just that. Just those areas, just like we've done before. Again, think of the muscle tissue. Feel the blood move. Feel as you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, you feel the oxygenation of the blood that's going in, and you're feeling very relaxed in that area. Just let it flow and let it flow, but focus on nothing else but your upper legs, your thighs, the forward part of your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, everything that's right there. Think of the IT band that's on the side that helps to stabilize the knee, and you think about all those muscles that you might use when you're running or jumping or whatever you might be doing. You know, the leg muscles are some of the most powerful muscles in the human body. They support a lot. And now you're going to give them the opportunity to relax by going through the tension movement. So tense them up now, much as you can. Just tense them right up. Tense them up as much as you possibly can. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Let it go. Let it go. Now we're going to be getting into the thoracic region and your hips. So I want you to think about everything that's in the middle of your being. You're thinking about basically, I'm going to point you to the area of digestion, reproductive areas, your hips. And if you want to think about it this way, you could think about everything from pretty much your solar plexus right down, all the way down to the base, that area. Your gut. Think about the ribs that are down at the lower end. Think about the end of your spinal cord. Think about the coccyx at the base of your spine. Think about all that stuff that's right there. And think about this. Think about how much tension, stress, and strain you might hold in those areas, particularly in the gut region. Have some emotions. You might have anger. You might have fear. You might have all kinds of stuff that's stored here. But I want you to focus completely on the digestive tract, the reproductive system. Think about your hips. Think about all those areas. And when you're ready, I want you to tense them up. If you're all set, tense it up as much as you can. Just really tense up your gut as much as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go and relax. Just relax. Just relax. Relax. Take some breaths. Done some work. Nice in through the nose, out through the mouth. I want you to think about your chest. Think about the rest of the ribs. Think about your lungs, your heart, everything that's there. Think about all the work that's done. Think about the heart, that incredible muscle that keeps working, has worked from the day you were born and is still working. It thinks, it feels, it does the work of pumping blood through your system. It helps you to maintain life itself. And then think of the lungs that are there. We're breathing thanks to the lungs because they give oxygen to the blood system. So I want you to focus entirely on your chest. Think about the sternum, think about the upper spine, think about all those parts, the rib cage, the bones, the marrow. I want you to think of even the cells. Even think of the spaces that exist between the cells that make up your chest. And just be in that moment and feel every part that there is. Tighten it up now. Tighten up your chest. Tighten up your chest as much as you can. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Good. At this stage, you can often feel sometimes a throbbing sensation, a heavy beating sensation, pulsating, and that's all normal and all natural because your system is going into total relaxation, which is what we're after. If you're not experiencing that, that's okay too. But I just want you to be in this space of total, complete relaxation as you're moving through this. Your feet, your calves, your upper legs, your thorax, your chest, it's all relaxing. And now I want you to think about your hands. Sometimes the unsung heroes of our bodies, and we don't miss them unless there's something wrong with them, and then we realize how much they do. So I want you to think about your hands with me. Think about the fingers. Think about the bones. Think about the veins, the muscle tissue, the cells, the spaces between the cells. Feel the blood flowing in and out of your fingers. Feel all of the fingertips. Recognize all the points that are contained within your fingers. Even if you're arthritic, feel it, be it, and recognize it, that it's there. I don't want you to think of anything else but your hands right now. Nothing else really matters. nothing else at all. And when I ask you to, you're going to make fists, the tightest fist that you've ever made. When you're ready, tighten your fists now. Make them tight, as tight as you possibly can. So very tight, just tighter, 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 as tight as you can. And they're so very tight right now that even if you wanted to let them go, you can't. You can try and let them go if you want to, but you cannot because they're so tight, and it's just like they're super glued together. It is so very, very tight, so very tight. They're just incredibly tight. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let them go and just let it flow. Good. Now think of the elbow to the wrist. Think of the elbow to the wrist. We're not going to take a lot of time with this. I want you to focus on it, and I want you to go ahead and tighten it. Tighten up your forearms. Just tighten them up. Tighten them up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And now think about your upper arms, the biceps and the triceps, the elbow to the shoulder. Think about just that area. Nothing else exists. Everything else is relaxed and comfortable. So just think about your upper arms. And I want you to basically flex. And I want you to make them tight now. Go ahead and tighten up your upper arms for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax and let it go. Good. You know that we carry the world on our shoulders? One of the number one areas that we run into is we carry all of our stress, all of our tension, everything is right there, and we wonder why we have headaches and why we have stress and why we have strain and why we have backaches. It's because we carry all that stress right there, and you know something? We don't really need to. So let's relax those. And the way that we do it is just like we've done all along the way through our journey together. And I want you to tighten up your shoulders. Just shrug them right up, hard as you can. Hold them there. Hold them there. Hold them there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Excellent. Yeah. Next portion is pretty much it. I want you to think about your face. You know how many muscles you have in your face? Think about your eyes, your cheek, your nose, your lips, the upper lip, the lower lip, your chin. Oh my goodness. All the bones that are there, the teeth, the ears, all that stuff. My goodness. We just have so much on our face. It's unbelievable how much we have on our face. And what I'm going to have you do to do this part is you're going to make a face. You're going to grimace your face. You're going to make the wildest face you possibly can. And you can do that because there's no one else around but you. So I want you to make a nasty, just grimace, just tighten up your face as much as you possibly can and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it go. Excellent. Take some nice breaths. You've done some nice work. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now let's take a journey. Using your mind's eye, I want you to just be in a space now, and I want you to use your mind's eye, and I want you to look off in the distance using your mind's eye. And in the distance, you're going to see a light. If it's not there, know that it's there and just look for the light. I want you to start walking toward the light. Or, guess what? You can fly to the light. You can float. You can swim. You can run as fast as lightning. where you can be as slow as a turtle. But take your time and get to that light. Just move toward the light. And I want you to think about, what color do you see with that light? Is it red? Is it yellow? Is it blue? Is it green? Is it gray? What color is it? And I want you to remember the color for later on. For your highest and greatest good for the rest of your natural life, you'll remember what the color of that light is. For your highest and greatest good. And as you're moving toward that light, recognize that right now you're in a safe place. Nothing and no one can harm you. You're in a perfect location. And you are comfortable. You're feeling good. You're feeling relaxed. Nothing and no one can harm you here. Keep moving toward the light. And as you're at that light, I want you to look up at it. And feel the presence of that light. It may have been dim before, but feel the warmth that that light is giving you. And now quickly turn around and look, and you see a path. It's a pathway. Look at the pathway. It's your pathway, it's not mine. I want you to think about the pathway and remember the details of the pathway. Is it sandy? Does it have grass on either side? Are you on top of a mountain? Are you in a valley? Are you near a stream? But you're on your pathway. I want you to just start walking on the path. Just walk along the path. Smell the air around you. If you want to reach down and touch the grass or the earth, or maybe there's a tree nearby, reach out and touch the tree. And when you do that, feel the texture of the leaf. Bend over toward it and smell it. Rub your fingers gently with it and become one with that tree and feel the energy of that tree. And just be there for a second or two or three. Now continue your journey a little bit further. Keep walking. Just enjoy the moment. Listen to all the sounds around you. Maybe you hear the air. What I like to think of is allowing the leaves to sing as they rustle. It's a music that only they know, and now you know. It could be birds. It could be anything. It could even be an insect. It could be a cricket. And just start looking for everything that's around you. I want you to focus your attention now up a little bit further, and you'll notice that where you actually are above. The pathway is a little bit higher ground. And up above, as you walk a little further, walking up a little bit of an incline, it's nothing treacherous, it's nothing difficult, but you're just kind of enjoying the moment around you. And if you look up to your right, you're going to see a set of stairs. I want you to move up toward those set of stairs. Just walk up, just like before. Run, walk, fly, float. Don't care how you get there, but just go up to those steps. Now that you're at the steps, I want you to look down. Don't go down yet. But if you look down the steps, you can see there are 10 steps. And listening only to my voice, I want you to think about this. I'm going to help you as you take steps. And I'll call out the numbers of the steps. And every time I call out the number, you are going to be taking a step. Do you understand? Good. So if you're ready, Go ahead and take a step. 10. Take another step. 9. And with every step that you take, you're finding yourself becoming more and more relaxed than you were a moment ago. If you think you were relaxed before with, tensing and releasing all parts of your body, it's nothing compared to now, because with every step that you take, 8, you feel more relaxed, more in yourself, more at ease, and safer with your surroundings, with everything around you. 7. And every time that you take that step, just kind of look around, see what you see, and remember what you see. And you will remember it for the rest of your life, so long as it's beneficial for your highest and greatest good. 6. Smell, feel, hear everything around you. And remember, you're relaxing even more with every step that you take. 5. And 4. And now look ahead. Oh my goodness, at the bottom of the stairs, you see a door. Now, this is your door. It's beautiful. It could be wooden, it could be steel, it could be just an old door. Nothing fancy. It might even have a little window in it. It might even have words on it, but it's your door. I want you to remember the details of the door. 4. And now you can see even more detail. What's the hardware like? Is it old wrought iron, or is it polished, beautiful gold? Maybe it's precious gems. Maybe it's made out of a giant amethyst or a beautiful turquoise. Who knows? But it's something that is truly beautiful. 3. Even more detail you can see on the door now. And stop and ask yourself a question. How do you feel? Do you feel excited? Do you feel fear? Know that you are safe with where you are. Nothing and no one can harm you here. This is your space. This is yours. It's not mine. It's not Krystal's. It's nobody's but yours. 2. Now I want you to do something really cool. I want you to reach out and touch the door. Just reach out and touch it. See what it feels like. Feel the texture of the door. Not just the texture, feel the temperature of the door. Is it warm and inviting? Is it cold and fearful? What is it? What's that door like? And just feel the door. Now take your hand back down. And the next step that I call out, step number 1, the door is magically going to open, regardless of whether it's fearful now or if it's comfortable, if it's warm, if it's cold, if it's hot, if it's lukewarm, doesn't matter. Because when you take that last step, that door is magically going to open into the most beautiful place that you have ever seen in your life, full of safety, security, love, kindness, compassion, everything that can fill your heart with the joy beyond understanding. So if you're ready, 1, the door opens up, and just walk through and welcome to your inner self. Take a look around, remembering you're safe and secure here. Nothing and no one can harm you. Nothing can come in without your express permission. Nothing can come in that your higher self deems as imperfect or loaded with fear that you can't handle. It's all about you. Now, as you're walking along That door is going to close behind you because it's all about safety for you. Nothing and no one can harm you here. And as you're walking forward, just look out ahead and you're going to see something that is beyond your imagination. It is yours, it's not mine. And just remember that. Remember it for your highest and greatest good. Remember it for the beauty that it is. And remember it as a teaching tool. And just keep moving toward it, whatever that object might be. And remember everything around you. You might see deer, you might see fox, you might see a wolf, you might see a bear, you might see a person, you might see an elder, you might see a little girl or a little boy. Whoever they are, they're there for you and your benefit. They're for your highest and greatest good to help you learn on your journey. And if you feel like talking to them, talk to them. Find out what they want. Find out why they're there. And above all, listen and smell and taste and feel everything around you. Look out a little bit further now, and you're going to see a tree. I want you to start moving toward the tree. As you move toward the tree, you feel more comfortable and more aware, and your senses are picking up on the energy that that tree is allowing to come into your life, into your space, into your wonderful healing space. And keep moving toward the tree. And as you get closer to the tree, look at the detail of the tree. Look at every little piece of that tree. Look at the branches. You can maybe identify it. If you can't, that's okay. Your mind's eye will remember it. And you'll remember the details of it. Now that you're at the tree, just like you did with the door, I want you to reach out and touch the tree. And when you do, you're going to feel life flow into you like you've never felt before, as a root energy of living matter. Living, loving, caring, flowing energy, just flowing into your body. And as it's flowing in, I want you to allow that energy to begin to fill you up. And at the same time, as that energy fills you up, I want you to feel something else. As you become part of that tree, you can feel the roots that are beginning to grow out of the bottoms of your feet. They're going deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth, and you are grounded and you feel safe and secure, even powerful and healed, and you feel beautiful. Just feel it flow for a minute. Now feel that energy. It's going to kind of reverse, but in a good way, because what's going to happen is it's going to begin to fill you up from your feet up. Allow it to fill your being. Give it a color if you like, and we could make it bright white. We could make it purple. We could make it whatever color you want. But feel it filling your being. It's filled your feet. It's filling your calves now. Filling up, filling up, filling up. It's up and through your knees. Keep filling, keep filling. It's warm, it's comfortable, it's healing. Upper legs into your hips, into the digestive tract, your stomach, reproductive systems, everything, the pancreas, the kidneys, are being filled and healed by this fluid. The energy that is flowing like fluid in your body from that tree. The tree loves you and cares for you that much. Keep letting it go. It goes up into your chest, filling up into the chest, and now it's so filled it flows over your shoulders and down into your hands. Keeps flowing, keeps flowing, and keeps flowing. It's into your neck and into your throat, up through your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your forehead, top of your head. You take a breath and oh, wait. Now it's beginning to really fill you up. It's not painful, but it's almost like you need to let go. It's overfilling you. You don't know what to do with the energy. Just let it keep going. And it's expanding. It's going into the places that it could not get before, all the little crevices, all those little cells, all those little spaces between the cells of your being, and just let it fill, let it fill, let it fill. And now I'm going to count up to 5 again. But this time at 5, what I want you to do is I want you to release that energy through the crown of your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it go. And watch it leave your body. It's still there. It's so much of it. You're not being emptied. You're just sharing it with the universe around you like a beam of light. And that beam of light knows no ending. It's infinity. On to the stars. And feel that energy flow now. Feel that you are not just part of the tree, not just part of the rooted self with the earth beneath you, but now you are connected with all the world around you. Not just this world, but the universe. And feel the beauty that's within you. Another exercise, feeling all that energy flow. I'm going to count to 5 again. This time, when I count to 5, I want you to step out of the image that you have created, because you have created this image, the image of you holding on to the tree and grasping the tree and loving the tree, because you are part of the tree and the tree is part of you. Now take your time and just take one step at a time. Just begin with your feet and step out. The image is staying behind. The image is you. 1, 2, a little more. 3, 4, and 5. And turn around and look at the image that you've created. How beautiful it is. And when you reach out and touch it, go ahead and touch it just like you did the tree. When you touch it, you're going to feel that same incredible feeling of love and compassion and healing that you felt when that energy was flowing up through your body to begin with. Feel all of it flow around you, through you, in you. And just recognize yourself, how you feel right now. And you're going to remember this feeling for the rest of your life, so long as it's beneficial for your highest and greatest good. Because, dear friend, this is your healing place. You can come back here anytime you want for the rest of your life, so long as it's beneficial for you. If you are feeling down, if you're feeling low, if you feel that you need help, you can always come to this, because this is your space where you are happy, your space where you are content, your space where you feel safe, your space where you feel healed and complete and whole. And just look at that and just see what it looks like and see how it feels. Start walking back toward your door now that you created a little bit ago. And as you walk along, look off to the right, and there's this little pond. And walk over toward that pond and look down, and you see a reflection of somebody that is totally beautiful, exquisite, cleansed, healed, complete, and wonderfully beautiful. That's you. That's who you really are. Keep walking back toward the door. And as you get back to the door, turn around and look, and you can see what I would call your rooted self still with that tree. And that's a place, remember, you can always come back here for the rest of your life, as long as it's for your highest and greatest good. It's always here for you to come back to and enjoy the beauty. When you walk through the door, it'll shut, but it doesn't mean it goes away. It's always there for you. Walk through the door and tell it thank you. Begin to walk up the steps. And now let's begin in reverse. We're going to count from 1 up. And with every step that you take, you're going to be a little bit more awake. Take 1 step, 1, and 2, and 3, getting a little bit more alert around you, and 4, coming up a little more, and 5, a little more alert, a little more awake, and 6. And before we get there, I want you to remember this. Just take a pause for a moment. For the rest of your natural life, as long as it's beneficial for your highest and greatest good, you can always return to this space. All you need to do is the following. You begin by seeing and saying to yourself the number 3 times. And take a breath. And then see and say to yourself the number 2 3 times. Take a breath. And then see and say to yourself the number 1 3 times. And when you do that, you'll find yourself completely, totally relaxed, perhaps even more relaxed than you are right now. And you can use this for the rest of your life, so long as it's beneficial for you. And you will be learning and remembering everything that you've learned during this journey today with complete and total clarity. And it'll be for your highest and greatest good. 5, 6, 7, almost there. Feeling really good. You can stretch it a little bit, take some nice breaths. 8, 9, and 10. Alive and alert and awake and perfect in every simple way. There you are. It's a journey to your higher self, what I like to call the rooted self.
Thank you.
Thank you. How do you feel?
I feel great. I needed a nap.
So often I would ask somebody when we do this, I'll say, so how long did you think that was? And they'll say, wow, probably 10 minutes. Without looking at a watch, can you do that? Or is it too late? Have you already looked at your watch,
Oh, it's
Krystal?
too late. I already looked at it. Yeah, no. It's amazing how time flies when you take a moment to step out of the physical and into the spiritual. When you choose to take that moment to breathe and reflect, to heal and connect, it's beautiful. And I hope that everyone who chooses in to listen to this and to connect with their rooted self um, returns often. I
Mhm.
hope that they have felt the peace that is there and recognize the gift and the opportunity that is present for them to grasp whenever they need to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is all good. So retain as much of that as you can. And like I said, I'm given some thoughts for you to remember, but have that piece of paper nearby, of some kind of a pad or something, and write it down before you forget it, and
Yeah.
date it. And you might even put a time on it that you did it. But it's really cool to be able to do that now, because yeah, you're going to remember the details that you never thought you'd remember before. I never saw that ant. What is that all about? I
What
never
does
saw
it
that bear.
mean?
What is that bear all about?
Right? Oh my gosh. Yes, write it down, date it, and you can return to it later and do it
Hmm.
again. And you might be really amazed at the different things that you see and witness at different times in your life. And in that sacred, safe space, like Kevin said, you are able to invite beings that are for your highest, greatest good in
Hmm.
for counsel to commune with them momentarily. And I'm just delighted that you're here.
Hmm. I should say that if anybody does have any questions, certainly reach out to you, Krystal,
Mhm.
through your normal contact. And if they want to reach out to me, if they have any questions about this or want to ask some more specifics about it, you can just drop me a note through Kevin at towardabetterlife.com. And this other person that I'm looking at right now, you can blame her down the road because she's prompted me. Boy, there's a setup. Um, that in the not too distant future, I'm going to start offering some online classes, and that's going to be this spring. It'll be some products on my site too, but right now there is the website towardabetterlife.com, and that is a podcast also associated with that, towardabetterlife.com. And Krystal's been on there a couple of times, and she's going to be on more times. She just doesn't know how many yet.
There could be
Uh,
something brewing, you never know.
yep.
Look him up, guys. If you have any questions, if you want to go deeper, further, reach out to Kevin, and you're welcome to reach out to me as well. I commend you guys for taking a moment to choose into yourself and your own life and your own healing and give yourself this gift. And Kevin, thank you so much for walking us through it and giving that gift to us.
Breathe in, breathe out. That's all you got to do.
Amen. Okay, guys, until next time, we'll see you again on Breathe In, Breathe Out. I hope this moment of self care and healing brought you some hope and peace. I'm Krystal Jakosky on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I hope you check us out and follow along for more content coming soon. I look forward to being with you again here on Breathe In, Breathe Out. Until next time, take care.